Every so often, a technological shift comes along that changes absolutely everything. We saw it with the internet, and right now it's happening all over again. They're calling it the fifth industrial revolution, and it's moving at an almost unbelievable speed. So let's break down what's happening, because understanding this is the key to seeing the massive opportunity right in front of us.
Just look at these numbers for a second. To get to 1 million users, it took Netflix 3.5 years. Facebook, which felt revolutionary, did it in 10 months. Instagram got there in 2.5 months. And then there's ChatGPT. 5 days, not 5 months, 5 days. This isn't just things getting a little faster. This is a whole new ballgame in how fast technology can spread.
And that incredible speed is exactly what the material we're exploring today is all about. It draws this really striking parallel to the early days of the internet. Back then, a lot of regular people who saw the shift coming became millionaires. And the argument here is that history is absolutely repeating itself right now. So what is it that makes this AI boom so different? I mean, we've had tech waves before, right? Well, it's not just that the technology is smarter. It's the wild, unprecedented speed of it all. How fast it's being developed, and how quickly it's being adopted by, well, everyone. It's literally reshaping our future as we speak. This chart tells such an interesting story. In just a few short years, more than half of all businesses in the US have already jumped on the AI train. But look at that other slice. That's 44% that are still on the platform waiting. And according to the analysis we're digging into, that gap between the ones who are already moving and the ones who are still figuring it out, that's where the real opportunity lies. To really get the full picture, we have to talk about the ultimate goal of this whole AI race. It's a little thing called artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Now, this is way beyond just a smarter chatbot. AGI is the idea of an AI that is genuinely smarter than a human, one that can reason, learn, and do things at a level that we just can't.
And listen, this isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy. This is the literal mission statement of companies like OpenAI, the people behind ChatGPT. AGI is the North Star that's guiding billions and billions of dollars in research and development. It's the future they are actively trying to build today.
So what's the real practical difference between the AI we have now and the AGI they're shooting for? Well, the material we're using has this perfect, simple analogy. Think about making guacamole. Today's AI can give you a great recipe. It can tell you exactly what to do. But AGI will actually make the guacamole for you. It's that huge leap from just giving instructions to actually getting it done.
Okay, so we've got this massive world-changing shift in motion. The big question is, how do you get involved? How can you participate? Well, the material we're exploring lays out 3 really clear paths you can take.
So here they are, the 3 main ways to get in on the action. 1, you can invest and own a piece of the foundational technology itself. 2, you can build, creating a business that actually uses this new tech. Or 3, you can upskill, using AI to make yourself indispensable in your career. Now, all 3 are great options, but for the rest of this explainer, we're going to do a deep dive into that first path, the investment playbook.
All right, when it comes to investing in AI, the analysis we're drawing from has a really specific and frankly smart approach. Instead of trying to bet on which single AI company is going to win the whole race, it argues for something called a picks and shovels strategy. The idea is to focus on the essential tools that all the AI companies are going to need no matter what. This slide just nails the concept. Think about the big gold rushes. Was it the miners who got rich? A few of them, maybe. But the people who consistently made a fortune were the ones selling the picks, the shovels, the jeans. The same logic applies here. If you invest in the fundamental infrastructure that every AI company needs, you're set up to win no matter who comes out on top.
First up is the digital backbone, the cloud. You can think of this as the digital real estate where all this AI actually lives and does its work. Every single AI application requires an insane amount of computing power, and that power comes from the cloud. The logic is dead simple. The more AI we use, the more cloud we need. For a broad approach, the analysis points to ETFs like QQQ. Or for something more focused on the cloud itself, SKY.
Next, we've got to talk about the physical side of things. All that digital data has to actually live somewhere in the real world, right? And that's where data centers come in. These are the giant, power-hungry engine rooms of the AI revolution. They are literally the buildings that house the internet. Investing in this digital real estate through ETFs like DTRCR and SRVR is a super direct way to bet on the growing demand for AI. Okay, so if data is the new gold, what's the one thing you absolutely need? A vault. A really, really good one. That's cybersecurity. With all of our personal and business information being fed into these AI systems, protecting it isn't just a nice-to-have anymore, it's a must-have. Cybersecurity companies are selling a non-negotiable service, a critical shovel in this gold rush. The analysis we're using points to ETFs like Cyber and Hack to invest in this space.
This is where AI gets a body. It's where the digital brain meets the physical world. We're talking about everything from surgical robots in hospitals to automated systems in factories and even restaurants. Remember that guacamole analogy? This is the part where the robot actually makes it for you. To get in on this convergence of AI and automation, our guide suggests looking at ETFs like bots and robo.
And finally, we get to the absolute bedrock, the foundation upon which this entire AI revolution is built: semiconductors, computer chips. Without them, none of this. Not the cloud, not the data centers, not the robots, none of it works. They are the single most essential ingredient. Every single category we just talked about depends on them. So it's no surprise the analysis we're exploring flags this as a key area, with ETFs like SOXX and SMH offering a way in.
So we've covered a lot of ground: the what, the why, the how of this whole AI revolution. Now, let's bring it all home. Let's talk about what this means for you, right here and right now.
Here's the key takeaway, the one thing to remember from all this. The early mover advantage is very, very real. Just like with the internet back in the 90s, the people who understand what's happening and act on it now are the ones who stand to gain the most. But as AI gets adopted by everyone, that window of opportunity, it's going to start to shrink. The clock is definitely ticking. And that brings us to the final and most important question. We are right in the middle of a massive economic transformation. You can invest in it, you can build on it, or you can master it in your career. The only choice that's not on the table is ignoring it. So you have to ask yourself, how are you going to choose to participate?